gender gap being such a controversy in industry today, it is only right that the top women CEOs who have managed to overcome this stigma be recognized. Mary Barra is just one of these many powerful women. She is the top-ranking female executive in the auto industry today. The leadership style of Mary Barra is what got her to where she is. If one had to categorize how she leads her employees, could probably consider her to be an all-inclusive leader. She utilizes this leadership style to the best of her abilities in order to improve business operations and gather employee advocates. Mary Barra is the chairman and CEO of General Motors. She's been the CEO since January of 2014, and more recently, in the January of 2016, was elected to be chairman as well. She did not come into these positions at GM as a stranger. From the age of 18, she's been working up the rankings to come to where she is today. The success that she has found in her new executive positions speaks for itself. For example, the Chevy 2012 Malibu was a flop. However, Barra led the team that gave it a facelift and improved sales in just a year. This was the first time this had ever been achieved in the history of GM. She contributes her ability to garner new ideas effectively to her inclusive leadership ways. An environment has been created for all of her employees that allows them to feel comfortable expressing their ideas. But Barra still knows when she must step in to make the final decision. Barra has been well known for her ability to listen to employees and make them feel welcome to approach her. Once she has received diverse input about the subject at hand, Barra provides employees with constructive feedback and ensures that they have analyzed the problem at hand from every possible angle. The inclusiveness that she embodies does not end with just her employees. She has even conducted town hall meetings in order to receive feedback from her customers. She says that her style has created highly effective work teams that have shaped the GM company as a whole. Her ability to make others feel included and more engaged makes them feel more connected to their job and has even connected new and diverse growth markets. For some, it can seem that their closest to an organization that they lead gives them a bit of a disadvantage. However, Barra turned the fact that GM had been making investments in her from the age of 18 into the power for her to make the right decisions. As a human resources manager of the company, she changed the dress code from a 10-page document into simply dress appropriately. Barra states that this was a fairly obvious decision, as if she can trust her employees with tens of millions of dollars and the right to supervise 20 groups of 20 people, then why shouldn't they be trusted to dress appropriately in the workplace? Although she has been known previously to be an excellent leader and highly approachable, she has had a knack for being very frank and truthful in her criticisms. This manner is working for her in part because she wants the sense of truthfulness to be double-sided. She expects customers, managers, and employees all to be honest with her in return. Because of this, her criticisms are taken more seriously by those who know that they can return it to her. Another quality of most successful leaders that Barra encompasses in her career is her ability to remain positive. When she's faced with a problem, she tends to turn it into an opportunity. This is similar to how she handles conflict. When given a conflict, she makes it into a source of solutions that can better the company as a whole. This approach was especially useful when GM was faced with full-blown criticisms, in part due to their selling of faulty ignitions. Instead of putting up barriers when people have questions or concerns, she turns to them in a problem-solving manner and uses it as a source of reflection onto both her own work and that of the company. One could say that this is an excellent example of Barra's emotional intelligence. This has been proven to be a necessary component in a majority of successful leaders. She combines her level of emotional intelligence with her immense knowledge of engineering to fully harness her leadership powers. By directing the energy of her people and encompassing aggressive and collaborative engineering goals, she has, as many would say, redesigned GM. Many followers find it easier to look up to someone if that leader is willing to admit their wrongs. Barra did just that when she was faced with the GM crisis and did not waste any time telling others that she was not the one to blame, even though many people state that she could have fairly legitimately made that claim. This made her more relatable as both a person and an employer. It makes one more human. She made another point not to waste time in the situation of crisis by appointing a new safety boss. She ensured him that whatever he may need to improve the safety of their products, whether it be money, resources, or new equipment, would be provided to him in efforts to reach the company's goals. Barra shares in an interview with Forbes that it is important to ensure that every single employee remains focused on the customer and their safety. Another attribute of hers that allows the company to keep their precise focus is her ability to remain calm. Even though she has her truthful mannerisms when she is displeased in an office meeting, she knows that she must keep employees positive and perhaps even more importantly, keep them working together so that cross-functional teams can gather and accomplish things that they could not do on their own. Maintaining that process of working together as a team holds everyone more accountable for their actions, which Barra warns is very important in their industry, especially in times of turmoil that GM has certainly undergone. In summation, if you are looking for a powerful female leader that has proved that women can escape this glass ceiling, Mary Barra is a good place to start. As the highest-ranking woman executive in the auto industry, she has led GM through a time of crisis with grace and success. She embodies everything a great leader or even a great person should aspire to be. Her tendency to practice all-inclusive leadership in several different avenues is perhaps what some people attribute most largely to her success. By creating an air of respect and openness, along with proof of her own knowledge and technology of the company, she worked her way up the rankings effectively since the age of 18. Leaders today should look at how she handles situations and see how they can apply it to their own circumstances, because we could all learn a little something from Mary Barra. The determination with which she leads is to be admired and watched for the years to come. Success that she has brought to the auto industry gives women leaders reason to celebrate and reasons to never stop chasing their dreams.